had a friend those days. His best man was a prophet. In those days, that guy was number 1 or number 2 leading prophets in Nigeria. That guy. He doesn't pray the way we do, but he can prophesy, and it's true. What he's saying is true. This prophet, because he was not discipled, began to prophesy for money. So the guy that the prophet was best man for in his wedding called me and said, you are the one that can teach. Can we go and do Bible study with this guy? So that his eyes can be open to see that what he's doing is wrong. I said, I'm open to that. We were in a church service like this when he came and took me from church and said, let's go and do Bible study. This Bible study, if he can deliver that guy, is greater than this church service. Come with me. So we went, and the reason why we went where we went was to do Bible study. So I brought my scriptures. The prophet came out of his room, and he began to speak in tongues. 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 Began to speak. I started prophesying to him. You know, then I was still in the oil industry. I was doing ministry, and I was still working as a regulator in the oil sector in Nigeria. And the guy said, that job that you're doing, a time will come when you begin to travel to so many nations, you will not be committed to that job again. That is the indication of when it's time for you to resign. He spoke in tongues again. This is the guy we have come to do Bible. Spoke in tongues. Ah, you're holding the moon. That you have a global ministry. I see you planting churches and ministries in Europe. For about 1 hour, the guy was prophesying. He started from what I knew, so that I will know that he's saying the truth. Then he entered into what I did not know. In fact, at that time, I did not know I had an international ministry. So when he started speaking about international ministry, I closed my heart. I said, it's only the will of God I want to do. I'm not looking for international ministry. But he went beyond what I knew. And at the end of the 1 hour prophecy, there was no need for Bible study. Someone that... But you see, I would have insisted. Because from that time, the guy got lost. Completely. Even that gift is corrupted as I speak to him. He was like number 1 in Nigeria, a young man. Governors, politicians come to him. He would speak in tongues. Say, no. Don't contest now. Try next time. Very accurate. There was none like him. Very accurate. Even Muslims go to him. But there was no word in his life. There was nothing to ground him. He was gifted, but he was not victorious. Whereas, subsequently, I found out that everything he said about me was true, because at some point, I had encounters with God that confirmed what he said. But as at the time God came to commission me and to speak to me about international ministry, the guy I'm talking about was nowhere to be found. So it means that he prophesied about things in the future, but he was not part of that future, because he did not build his life according to the reality that the Holy Ghost was showing him about himself. He could reveal the reality for other people, but he did not have the intimacy with Jesus to reveal the reality for himself. And I remember when we were in the Netherlands, it was winter, we were cold, and then his words came into my ear. You will plant churches in Europe.